everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Coffee Talk. If you've just joined, Coffee Talks are the short in-between episodes where we read your user-submitted stories, hang out with friends, talk about witchy pop culture, or chat with you about what's going on in our personal practices.
If you want to be featured on Coffee Talk, email us at submissions@coffeeandcauldrons.com, or you can send us your submissions on our website, coffeeandcauldrons.com. You can send us your tips, your ghost stories, or any kind of funny story you think that the community would love to hear. Be sure to let us know if we can share your name, or if you prefer to say anonymous, I can say it. It's fine. Your social media usernames are also a great way to get credit. And please send us your ghost stories because we want more. We need more.
Yeah, we're getting close to the end, guys.
I know it's not spooky season, but
we want to keep reading them. They're fun.
Yeah.
We like them.
Or you'll just hear us ramble like in previous episodes, which is fine.
Yeah, which is fine. Also, as a reminder to people that are listening, if you haven't already signed up, on May 27th, we have a class by Ella Harrison, the author of Spellcrafting. That's what the book's called, right? Spellcrafting?
I think it's the spell book, isn't it? Oh gosh,
man.
We're terrible.
We are really good at remembering book titles. I'm really glad I threw the book title in there just so I could forget it. Anyway,
it's the Book of Spells.
Book of Spells. Where did I get spellcrafting from then?
Because that's what her class is about.
Oh, that's because that's what her class is called. So she's the author of Book of Spells, and she's teaching a class on May 27th at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is a Sunday, on Intro to Spellcrafting and how to write your own spells, which is going to be very fun, I think.
We're just two moms with brain fog and fatigue.
Truly.
Please.
Summer has started. We're both just chugging along as best we can. Sorry, Ella. That wasn't intentional. I actually have the book and I read it.
I know, so do I. We're just super stoked about our class, so it's like
we are. And if you haven't already signed up, you definitely should because I think it's going to be really good. I'm very excited for it.
I am too. Her book was amazing.
It was so good and so beautiful. Good. If you don't own her book, even if you don't want to join the class, you should get her book because it is stunning.
You don't really see
so beautiful.
Hardcover books like that anymore.
No, you really don't.
I really like it. So yeah.
In fact, she just had, I think it was the Spanish version come out, which is pink. It's pink.
No,
I honestly want to get it. I want to get it in Spanish.
That'd be so cute.
Isn't it so cute? I thought it was a whole nother book. And she's like, oh no, it's the Spanish edition. And I was like, bitch.
I hate it when books
Spanish edition, baby.
I hate it when books come out and then another of it comes out for a different country and it's way
so
more
different.
My aesthetic. And I'm I want that one.
So my understanding, and I could be wrong about this, but my understanding is that they sell the rights to the written work, and sometimes they sell the whole book's rights, so the images and all that, and sometimes publications opt for just the written work, and then they fill in their own blanks, and that's why they look different.
Oh, that makes sense.
Isn't that interesting?
That makes sense.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a cheaper option for them or it's something to do with international law or something. I have literally no idea.
I bet you that's it. It's just
Probably
how you
cheaper,
can't add certain music to reels because it's this is not allowed to be played in Turkey.
This is banned in Lithuania. Okay. Why is it on your app then?
Right? I disputed one once and I was like, no, it's literally on your app. So they just canceled the whole music and the whole video for everyone. I was like, thanks.
That's so funny.
It was so bad.
So today we are planning to read some more ghost stories. We've got a bunch of them here. Like Maria said earlier, please send us your ghost stories. We are coming to the end here of our little stockpile. Which is crazy.
It's bananas.
It is bananas. And I don't even think we have any, I think I'm caught up on all of them in our emails as well. So whether you send it to us via the submission form or you email it to us, we're coming to the end here, guys. So send us your stories. Mm-hmm. Oh, goodness.
So do you want to read the first one?
I do. I would love to read it. Oh, we have a couple in emails. I just checked. But we're still coming, even with that couple, we're still coming to the end. We have probably like 3 episodes worth left. So send us your stories, guys.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a theme one coming up, like a specific one. Yeah.
Or if you guys have like suggestions or recommendations where you're like, I'm sick of ghost stories, we want to hear something else.
Yeah, like maybe like folklore or something.
What if when we catch up with our ghost stories, we read folklore stories for a couple episodes? Like
I
really good
love
ones.
That. I really like that.
We can even just take a pause on ghost stories after this and do that. That'd be so fun.
That would be so fun.
All right, maybe we'll do that. Guys, let us know. Let us know if that sounds good to you.
And that might inspire people, like, depending on the folklore, if they've experienced it. So
that's true. Yeah. Oh, that'd be so fun. And we could even get like really super niche and do like cryptozoological stuff. Which is, as we know, like my favorite thing in the world. So that would be so fun.
I love it. Okay.
Let's read a ghost story. Our first one comes from Alexis. Hello, Alexis. She writes, hello. First of all, love this podcast. You guys remind me of the dynamic I have with my best friend. So I have a small collection of ghost stories from my childhood. I haven't seen a ghost or had a paranormal experience in a very long time. I kind of wish it would happen though. When I was 4, there was a scary, stereotypical witch-looking lady that would stare at me from my closet. I would just go running to my parents when I saw her until they got fed up with my, quote, stories. So here I was, 4, having a staring contest with some old woman witch ghost in my closet most nights. We moved and I never saw her again. To this day, I still sleep with my closet doors open because I feel like I need full visibility in case somebody comes through. Kind of deep down wish she would come back because I have questions. That is the exact opposite of what I would do. If there was a old woman living in my closet, I'd be like, the doors remain closed. I'm trying to sleep, Bertha.
That's when you specifically don't want to be disturbed.
Yeah, I'm trying to sleep. Actually, listen, it takes a lot of energy to look this bad. Could you imagine if I got worse? Have less sleep. Closing the doors. My next ghost experience happened around the age of 7 to 8. I used to be terrified of thunderstorms. I live in Oklahoma, so you know Tornado Alley. One night, I woke up because of a loud storm, and because my parents were not the comforting type, I just laid there, scared. That's really sad, actually.
Poor baby.
First, they were fed up with the ghost stories, and now they're fed up with you being afraid of lightning. Like, When I began to see several ghostly figures, it's about to get weird. One was a very tall Native American looking man that wore a chief headdress and never moved. He sort of stood guard at the bedroom door. There were 3 cloaked figures that walked around my bed, just around and around in circles and around the bed. Then there were these super tiny ghosts that were like 2 inches tall that were just running around the bed, like hundreds of them. None of these figures ever spoke or did any harm, and eventually I got the courage to get out of bed and go to my younger brother's one night to see if he could see them. He could too. Every time it stormed, we would just chill with these ghostly beings and just watch them move around the room like it was fun or something. What the hell?
I really do feel, and I think that this is not proven, but like a lot of people have experiences thunderstorms and with ghosts just because of the water and the electricity and all that. Like the air is charged.
Where I live, and where I've grown up, I've only like lived or experienced while awake like less than a dozen thunderstorms in my entire life. Yeah, I'm from California, baby. This is a dry state.
Well, here they're terrifying.
Are they really?
Oh yeah, and they happen at least during the summer. At least one a week. But
since we've lived up in the mountains, we get one in the summer, maybe every summer, like one, and it's usually while it's still light out, and that's what starts the fires. Right? All you need is one, and then it starts the fires. Oh. And there'll be some that are like really far out every summer that are like far away where you can kind of see it and maybe hear it. But it's like right on top of us, maybe 1 year.
Yeah.
And it only started when we moved up here, because before that I was in the Bay Area. And in the Bay Area, like, I don't recall lightning and thunder ever. That doesn't mean it doesn't happen. It was not memorable enough to like sit in my brain.
Yeah. Do you guys get heat lightning or no?
Yeah, in the summertime. Yeah. But it's like, you know what I mean? Like I said, it's like maybe once or twice, and that's what starts the fires.
Oh, okay. Well, the heat lightning, the kind that stays up in the clouds, and it's just from it being hot.
Oh, no. We don't get that at all.
Oh, yeah. It's really neat.
No.
No.
Are you giving me a reason to go to the Carolinas?
Their thunderstorms are really neat. Like, they're That's really wild. Fun to watch. Yeah, we like to go sit outside and just watch them roll in. But yeah, like, I like to do guide work during thunderstorms and stuff like that, just because of the charged energy. Yeah. And then collecting stormwater. They
aren't something that... Like, they definitely happen. Happen. I'm not saying that they don't. But they don't happen frequently enough, and they don't happen in a way that
rattles the whole house.
Yeah, it's not, like, impressionable enough that I'm like, oh, God, a thunderstorm is happening again. Usually I'm like, did you hear that? Was that thunder? Because they happen way up in the mountains, and we're, like, in a valley, kind of.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Okay, wait, so Alexis has another story. I got distracted. My last ghostly/paranormal experience was when I was a teenager. I think I was reading a book, but I remember just sensing something was in the room and close to me. I never saw anything, but a piece of my hair flew up like somebody blew into it. I got up and ran out of the room, scared as fuck. The very last time that anything weird happened to me was about 10 years ago, and I woke up and I was laying on my back. When I looked up the ceiling, I saw a giant black ball that looked like static from a TV. What the fuck? I started screaming, and waking up my boyfriend at the time said, "Do you see that?" He didn't see it, and I looked cuckoo bananas. Thank you for letting me share. Any ideas on what any of these experiences were? Would love your thoughts. Well, I think we covered that as we went.
Yeah, we did.
Oh gosh, do you want to read our next story?
I do. This is from Mars, and they say, first off, love the podcast. I always look forward to new episodes. I love your dynamic, and I always end up laughing alongside you. I've always wanted to be able to submit a story, and this just happened this past week. Well, I'm very excited to read it.
Yeah.
A little background. I had a younger cousin pass back in September. We weren't very close, but still hurt to lose a family member who had reached adulthood and was looking forward to what life had to offer. For Dia can you say it for me?
Dia de los Muertos.
Yeah, thank you. I love you.
You're welcome.
I made an ofrenda and added his photo to it. I've been really busy with work and personal life things, and remember thinking that it wasn't as grand of a display as I wanted. I shared a photo on Insta stories anyways and went to bed. The next morning, my very close friend, who's a medium and has my permission to reach out with messages, texted me and said, "Just wanted to let you know your cousin appreciated the gesture of adding him to your ofrenda, even if you didn't think it was too grand. It was just a nice reminder that even when they're gone, they're never really gone."
That's really sweet.
That is so cute.
That's so sweet. I love that.
that's the type of messages you want to receive from your medium friends.
Yeah.
That's
Who's
really
your
cute.
friend? Oh, goodness, that's funny. That's really sweet, though. I
really
love that.
cute. I like that. Want to read our next one?
I sure do. The next one is from Natalie. Hi, friends. I wanted to share my little paranormal ghost story. I was pregnant in 2018, and I was due in July. My grandmother passed away in April of that year. I was gutted that she wouldn't be able to meet my daughter. Fast forward to sometime in November-ish, when my daughter was sleeping in her crib in her own room. It was early, and I rolled over and checked the baby monitor camera. Sound asleep. Great, I can go back to sleep. I clicked off the camera, and it took me a few seconds to process everything that I had just seen. I turned the camera back on, and she was gone. I had seen a figure in the rocking chair next to the crib. I could tell it was my grandmother because she had a very distinct hairstyle and signature oversized glasses. She was an unmistakable woman. I know without a doubt that she came to meet and watch over her first great-grandchild. Thanks for listening to my story. Love you guys and the pod so much. I've been practicing witch for over 20 years, and I love your perspectives and all the laughs.
Oh, well, that was very sweet.
That was
I don't know
sweet.
what it is about an older woman in a rocking chair. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, but see, when you think about
so
older
cute.
women,
I know.
when you think about it, you think of like the Victorian women that are like shriveled up raisins. Like, they've been left out in the sun like a piece of like discarded leather, like with their little like Peter Pan collars and the long sleeves, like rocking in their chair. As opposed to like
was a
fabulous
super sweet
woman
story.
with like big, beautiful hair and oversized glasses. She sounds awesome.
Yeah, she does.
That is sincerely my goals. I want when I die for my kids and grandkids to be like, yeah, mom definitely had a look.
My witchling already tells that their friends that, like, my mom dresses up to go everywhere.
I
so
love
annoying.
that, though. It's not annoying, actually.
It's
actually
embarrassing,
cool.
actually. Okay.
I can't. I can wait
so
for my kid to get to middle school because that sounds terrible. Everything's embarrassing.
Everything's embarrassing.
All right.
Do we have time for one more?
Yeah, we have one more. Let's go.
Okay, so this is from Jules, and they go,
I just want to say I really like their name and how it's spelled. I just want to say that.
Yeah. And they say, hey guys, I just wanted to say I love your podcast. You guys have a great balance of humor and education, and I love how funny you are. That's mostly Robin, which we love her
that's
for.
both of us. Be quiet. Shut your mouth.
Yes, ma'am.
You shut your mouth.
Oh gosh, that was very southern.
Thank you. I was really trying to channel like thunderstorms.
Old lady sitting out a thunderstorm yelling at children.
Like an old Victorian woman in a rocking chair under a thunderstorm. You better shut your mouth.
Okay. So I have a few ghost stories, but one of my earliest encounters was a watcher. Before knowing what they were called, I had referred to them as creepers because they are creepy and creep around. Valid. I like creepers better.
I like creepers better.
Now making that a thing. Okay, anyways.
Coining it.
So this had first happened in high school and always in the middle of the night. I had probably just turned it probably just had turned 1 in the morning. I would say 11 or 15 past. And I had woken up, obviously in a daze, and was looking around my room to see what time I had awoken. And right after is when I noticed him. There was a distinctly male presence in the room staring at me, watching me sleep. I couldn't see his face, but I saw him as a shadow, and he was at least 5'8" and standing by my door. I had stared at him in fear the entire time, afraid he would make a movement, and I would face like a horror movie nightmare. Instead, he stood in place and had not moved at all. Instead, in my head, I could see a smirking smile and hear a chuckle. He enjoyed the reaction, and that was it.
No.
That's as much of an interaction he has ever made in our encounters. He comes by from time to time and simply appears for a reaction. I feel like if that's what he wants, he'd receive middle fingers. Like,
yeah. Creep.
Yeah, what a creeper.
Why is it that ghosts can be such weirdo, like, pervert freaks even when they're dead? Like, get away.
Like the ones that touch you in the shower and stuff like that.
Yes!
No.
Like, I'm sorry,
no.
wanting a reaction while they watch you, that is a pervert creep thing to do. Even if it's not sexual, like, on the surface, that is a pervert creep thing to do.
It is. 100%. Okay, now to find out where I was.
Sorry.
Oh, no, you're okay. I had my finger and then I accidentally moved it. Okay. I could instantly feel upon the first meeting that he could cause chaos if he wanted to, but he never does. And this was confirmed by a friend that he is constantly present and does get excited for a reaction, and that I do sometimes peer at him even when I don't know he is there, as I have tuned him out over time and rarely sensed him over the years. He was my first spirit encounter and my intro to spirit shadow figures and the like, as well as being able to glimpse spirits and a little of how they look. He was nicely dressed in a 3-piece suit sometimes, with the jacket off, as well as a hat, also sometimes in his hand rather than on his head. Again, confirmed by a friend without any info. Anyways, that's my story for now. Maybe I'll tell you more some other time. I hope you enjoyed it. We did.
I hate him. If he wasn't already dead, I'd wish him dead.
It's just as you were talking, like, wanting the reaction is like super
creepy. It's really pervy. Like, who needs that?
Right? It reminds me of that, like, hotel in Austin. I forgot what it is, but, like, the owner of the hotel apparently goes through, like, women's luggage and stuff like that for the reaction and, like, touches them.
Wait, are
like,
they a ghost or a living person?
Yeah, ghost. Okay. Ghost. A deceased owner that lost the hotel.
A former owner. Understood.
Okay.
Fucking freaky.
Context in that thing was important, and I'm sorry.
Context was a little bit important because I'm sorry, if a living man was going through my things, I'd beat his ass. I'd flatten him for sure.
Frank, you hearing this? You better not go through her things.
He better not, or I'll beat his ass. No, I'm just kidding. Unfortunately, we live in a teeny tiny home. We have no secrets in this house. Even when you wish that, even if you're like, I wish I didn't know that, guess what? You're going to.
I think that's just marriage.
True.
Marriage.
Well, thank you all so much for joining us this week for Coffee Talk. We hope to see you next week for our regular episodes. You can check out our website for links to our submission forums or shoot us an email at submissions@coffeeandcauldrons.com to tell us any ghost stories, witchy stories, tips, or topics that you think the community would love to hear.
And as always, if you enjoy Coffee and Cauldrons, please take a moment to review us on Apple Podcasts. Or if you want to support us directly, consider joining us on Patreon, where we share articles, a special Part 2 exclusive episode, a class, and how to spell the month box, and a Discord.
And it's very good, and the Discord has like 1 million events every month. It's Cocoa Bananas.
And full of amazing people.
Yes, amazing people. Anyway, thanks, guys.
Bye.